Hello friends, and welcome to our little Kethane mining facility. We are out on Minmus, and we have a full Kethane operation in effect. Let's see what we've got here. Currently we're viewing our transport, shuttle, fuel truck, whatever you want to call it. Essentially its job is to transport the refined fuel from the surface of Minmus up to our orbiting station. You can see here it is basically one of the medium-sized tanks. I have 4 of the individual well, you can't see anything right now because it's pitch black, but it's got 4 of the individual pods on there, so technically I could fit 4 Kerbals in there. Currently it is manned by a single individual, our truck driver, if you will. I think his name is Samly, Sonorly, I forget. Let's call him Sunny. Sunny, that's easy to remember. Okay, so Sunny is driving our Kethane fuel truck, and we're running up to our orbital station. Our orbital station, you got 2 of the giant orange tanks. Essentially, these were both flown up, mostly empty. 2 launches, you can see 1 giant docking port in the middle holding them together. Just 2 identical ships flown up and orbiting around Minmus on a slight inclination, around Minmus at a decent distance. I love Minmus because it's easy to get to, it's easy to operate on. It's a pretty little planet. You can see it back there, the minty green Minmusy. So we are now docking, heading to our orbital fuel station. We've done this trip several times to fill them up, but each of these 2 orange fuel tanks and RCS pods were flown up mostly empty. We used the fuel in them, and we're docked. But we used the fuel in them to get us to Minmus. And as you can see, we're docked. What we now do is we transfer the fuel out of the medium container onto the shuttle, flip it around. Here we go. And I don't know why our landing legs are open. For whatever reason, Sunny decided he wanted the landing legs open to make it pretty. But there's our nice screen capture there, our beautiful orbiting station above Minmus, and our transfer shuttle fuel truck. There we go. That's what it should look like when it's in flight. But you can see this thing will just float in orbit around Minmus. I've got multiple docking ports. I've got 2 of the large docking ports in the bottom, which we're currently attached to here. We're going to undock now, and we're going to head back down and refill. So we've transferred all of our fuel from our shuttle into our orbital platform, and we're going to say goodbye to it and head back down to the surface. And the orbital platform will stay up there. You can see it's on a slight inclination. Minmus is great because the low gravity, we can easily change make plane change maneuvers, make inclination changes very easily. It takes very little fuel. So we'll take our shuttle, which is now mostly empty. So we transferred all the fuel, or most of the fuel, from the fuel truck, the fuel shuttle, into our orbital platform. We leave about 200 to 250 or so units, less than 300 units of fuel in it. That's all that we really need to travel back down to the surface. I think the capacity on that is about 1,400 or 1,500 units of fuel. You can see it there. 1,440 of liquid fuel. We only need about 250 or maybe even 200 or so to transfer back down to the surface, back down to our mining refinery, our Minmus base, our Kethane base. The Kethane base is a self-contained unit, drilling, storing, converting, all in one unit, ready to go. It's got fuel lines. Now we are operating on a stock Kerbal Space program, stock 0.23. The only mods we have installed at this moment in time is Crew Manifest, which is a lovely little plugin. I recommend everybody get it. It's very light, very small, and brilliant to use. It should be a stock program. And then we have the Kethane mod, and we also have the KAS, or the Kerbal Attachment System, which is brand new to me. I've never used it before. In fact, all this Kethane is brand new to me. We've never used it before. As we come on down, we're lining up with our fuel refinery down here. The lovely gravity of Minmus makes this thing so easy, tucked up against the base of this hill. But this is our first real experience with Kethane and KAS, Kerbal Attachment System, and I'm finding both of them to be great. Kethane is a unique system in which you find deposits of fuel or deposits of Kethane on all the different planets. I don't know where, I don't know when, but we will start exploring the rest of our solar system, our Kerbal system, to try to find out where the rest of the Kethane is as we come on down. One of the things that we learned is wheels are not very necessary on Minmus. This thing is very top heavy and has a tendency to try to flip over on us as we're driving on the wheels. But we learned that shortly after we landed the first time, that RCS is all we need to hover, and we're going to hover and we're going to head on down, and you can see our beautiful refinery off in the distance there as we're coming in, approaching, getting close, within 40 meters now, coming gently, touching down, and this is all just using the RCS. You can see I'm nearly out of fuel. I've actually got more fuel than I thought. We could have even dumped some more fuel out, but as it is, always a slight cushion there just in case. But the RCS is so powerful, and the gravity of Minmus is so light. There we touch down, and that is our station. So our shuttle is touched down. We're going to get Sunny out here, and we're going to go grab the fuel pipe, our fuel hose, and we're going to fill up our thing. Our Kethane refinery, you can see here, has got 3 of the medium-sized tanks, and it's got 4 of the medium-sized Kethane tanks. I'm using 2 drills simply for weight balance. Sonny, what are you doing? Get okay, there we go. Now we're on our feet, and we are moving in the wonderful low-gravity Minmus. I'm heading to find where's our fuel pipe? Or we'll just fly. Flying's fine. We could always fly. Fly over to our fuel hose and grab it. KAS, these are the 2 parts that I use from Kerbal Attachment System. These are the only 2 I'm currently using. Is a winch, which has our attachment hose to it. Or should I grab it? No, just grab it. Just grab it. Sonny, grab it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So we've got our hose here, and then you see the little yellow plugs. Sonny, what are you... Okay, so now we're back. What are you doing, Sonny? Get over there. Okay, so we're back on our feet. I used the little plugs from the KAS. I've got multiple on there, you see. You only need 1, but I put multiple on there so that way we can use them for other crafts. If we need to rescue a craft in space, we can always grab one and put it there, and we can refuel things in space if we need, or at other locations, or however we decide to expand this process. But you see, we plug in our hose, and now we are... KAS considers these 2 as a docked craft now. So Kerbal Space Program thinks this is a single docked craft, and in a single docked craft we can transfer our fuel over. So we transfer it out. Our Kethane mining rig is constantly mining. It is on autopilot. It is just mining and refining and mining and refining, filling up the 3 large fuel containers and filling up the large RCS container. It also has xenon gas on there, which I have not had a purpose to use yet, but it is there just in case. This is an all-in-one service station, and it is got some solar panels generating enough electricity to power the batteries, which then in turn powers the drill. So now we have filled up our fuel truck. We're going to unplug our fuel line, just drop it there, and we're going to head on back, and we're going to recall the hose, rewind it, wind up the hose, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna wind up our gas hose here using this KAS winch. But those green tanks, you can see on the side, the 4 big green tanks on the side, those are our Kethane. The goal is it'll fill those up, and as those fills up, the converter on there will constantly convert it back to all of the standard fuels, all of them. So we've got liquid fuel. We've got liquid oxidizer, RCS, monopropellant, and Sonny, get in the door. So here's another trick. Put ladders. Ladders are a good thing. Sonny. We did not put any ladders on our fuel truck. That was an oversight, and now we're in our fuel truck, taking off, heading back up. This is a full craft, and even with the slightest throttle, the gravity of Minmus makes it super easy to fly this thing back up to our orbiting station. But again, the way I design crafts, I love to kind of throw things at the wall and see what sticks, and constantly I'm forgetting things, and in this case we forgot ladders on our fuel truck. Again, the wonderful thing about Minmus is it's so easy to make this rendezvous. I don't even try very hard, I don't plan very hard, I just kind of throw it out there and eventually get nearby. I can make plane changes with minimal fuel. You can see this is a very sloppy encounter. Who cares? It's Minmus. That's what makes it easy. It takes very little fuel to do this. I end up back in orbit with the majority of fuel on board, and we could transfer all that to our waiting fuel station. I have no idea if a fuel station around Minmus is very economical or feasible or practical at all for deep space missions, but this was our Kethane test. A very successful test, I might add, but just a test to see how Kethane works. What is it like? What are the challenges? How heavy is it? Should we refine it on ground and carry the fuel up? Should we carry the Kethane up and refine it in orbit? I have no idea the answers to these questions, but we're finding out. What the heck, right? So our intrepid pilot, Sonny, here is sort of mucking about and sort of lining up. Now we've got our nav ball lined up. We've got our prograde markers lined up the way we like them. The way I dock is mostly by eyeball. Okay, I don't have a lot of tips and tricks except for this one right here. I line up the docking ports north and south. I find that it's simple. It's one less variable I have to use. I line up the one of them to the north and the other one to the south, and then I just kind of eyeball it and get it close. And Sonny is piloting it here and getting close, and we're getting close, and quit rotating the camera and getting close. And all we got to do now is press the H key, go forward, and nope, not backwards, not backwards. Would you stop it? Stop. Just line up. They line up and just go. There are better ways to dock than this. This is my method of docking, and just get it close and just push it up. Ta-da! And there we are. We're docked back to our orbiting depot. We can transfer all the fuel back across, and we are ready for the next visitor to our fuel station. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.